I have here 4 of the best 3-in-1 chargers for your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods. I'm going to go through each one sharing the pros and cons, which ones have tilting iPhone chargers, barrel connectors versus USB-C, and prices, which range from $60 to $150. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to rank these 1 through 4 and crown the #1 top MagSafe or Qi2 charger for your iPhone. Now, I've already done dedicated reviews for the 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe and the newest Qi2 Belkin 3-in-1 Boost Charge Pro. But I have 2 new ones here. This is the ESR, the most affordable charger at $60. Still does your AirPods, Apple Watch, and iPhone. And this Anker 3-in-1 MagGo, which also does your AirPods, Apple Watch. And just so you know, all of these are on a level playing field. The 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe, it's not Qi2, but the iPhone charger is official MagSafe with 15 watts of charging. You do get fast charging for the Apple Watch and a certified Qi charger for the AirPods. But these will all charge your iPhone at 15 watts and your Apple Watch will be fast charged at 5 watts. I'll also link to each of these products in the Wireless Power Consortium database. This way you can see what version of Qi they have. The ESR stand is Qi2 certified, 15 watts here, fast charging the Apple Watch. The Anker MagGo wireless charging station is also Qi2. You have that logo right on the puck, and it fast charges your Apple Watch. I do have to say the database did the Anker MagGo a little dirty with this picture. I'm not sure what this angle is. And I'll put the dedicated reviews for my Belkin Boost Charge 3-in-1 and HiRise 3 Deluxe in the video description, but the newest Belkin is also Qi2 certified, 15 watts iPhone, fast charge Apple Watch. But first up, let's take a look at this newest Anker 3-in-1 MagGo. I call these the tree style chargers. This one really does look like a tree. In the box, you do get the power brick and a USB-C cable, and one of the distinctions I'm going to be using to compare these chargers is whether or not it has a USB-C port and whether or not that cable is removable or if it's a proprietary barrel connector. This Anker 3-in-1 is a USB-C port with a removable cable. Now on this Anker 3-in-1, the iPhone charger does not swivel, which is a knock against it. It is Qi2, which is nice, and if you put it on there, it will go into standby mode when charging. AirPods can charge in this section right here. This little light signifies that it's actually charging. And you have the Apple Watch charger here. Now immediately you'll notice 2 things. The Apple Watch is obscured by the iPhone if you put it in landscape mode for standby mode. You can swivel the iPhone and then see the Apple Watch, but the other thing is the Apple Watch tilts on it. This was an issue with the older Belkin 3-in-1s, but Anker actually included a solution in the box. There's actually these stickers that you get, which you can put on the Apple Watch charger so it doesn't swivel like that. Now I specifically saved this moment till I was recording so you could see the process. I'm going to peel off one of these stickers, and then apparently you put it on the Apple Watch charger here. Not perfectly even, but let's see if it actually stops the watch from moving around. But it does keep it a little more stable. It doesn't slide around when you first put it on there. Now, whether or not you want a sticker on the little Apple Watch charger, that's up to you. But we still have the issue of when we want to put our iPhone in standby mode with an Apple Watch, it is going to be obscured by the phone. Now this Anker charger is less expensive than the HiRise and the Belkin 3-in-1. This comes in at $100. You can get it on Amazon. Links to all of these chargers is down in the video description, but I'm not sure this is going to take the top spot, but we'll get to the ranking in a second. The other 3-in-1 that's new to me is this ESR 3-in-1. Now in the box, you actually get a product in the product. The Apple Watch charger is actually something that ESR sells separately, and it basically has its own box within this charger box. And to make it an official 3-in-1, this is the Apple Watch charger. It has this little top that can go on top of the USB-C port if you want to throw this in the bag. And I guess the benefit is you can just use this to charge your Apple Watch, plug this into a USB-C power brick, and now you have kind of a standalone watch charger. I guess that's cool, but in order to make the stand an actual 3-in-1, here's the stand without the watch charger, AirPods down here, iPhone up here, and you can see that there's a USB-C port here on the back. Plug this in, and now you have a watch charger. It does make it rather long in the back, but you get all 3. And this little part can magnetically attach here just to keep track of it. Makes it even longer backwards, but you get the 3-in-1. Like the Anker MagGo, this is a USB-C port, comes with the cable and the brick in the box, so removable cable. So if we want to charge all 3 devices, we have the AirPods there. One nice thing is there is kind of a magnetic alignment here at the bottom, so your AirPods will kind of be pulled into that exact spot. A lot of the other chargers, it's kind of just going randomly until you see it start charging, but this one actually aligns the AirPods a little bit. Apple Watch actually goes on the back here, and you'll see that actually starts charging there. You don't see the watch face, but if you're going to put your iPhone on front in standby mode, I guess it's not as big of a deal. And then the iPhone can go here. Again, this is a Qi2 charger, goes into standby mode when you put it in landscape. Nice compact charger. Honestly, I think this is really nice for a desk setup, but there is no swiveling to this iPhone part, so this angle is all you get. and the Apple Watch part doesn't move either. So everything is stationary here. It's going to be just like how it comes. Now, before I rank them 1 to 4, just to review, this is the HiRise 3 Deluxe MagSafe 15 watt. It does have fast charging for your Apple Watch. The Apple Watch charger actually folds flat against the base, or you can raise it up, and the iPhone part actually swivels. It's not a full 90 degrees, but you get a nice little angle of adjustment. It's kind of like a faux or vegan leather feeling here and on the MagSafe puck, but this is not a USB-C port. This is a proprietary barrel-style charger, so you do need the cable that comes with this. You can't just plug any USB-C cable into it and charge. Of course, your iPhone will go into standby mode, AirPods charge here on the back on the Qi charger, and then Apple Watch here on the front. I like the compact nature of this charger. This has been what's on my nightstand for multiple months. We'll see if that changes after all these reviews. And that this flat Qi charger could also charge a phone. Some of the other chargers like the Belkin 3-in-1 Boost Charge Pro, the AirPods charger is indented. It's supposed to help you line up the AirPods charging, but it also means you couldn't charge, let's say, an Android device that might wirelessly charge or another iPhone. For reference, if you put an iPhone on the base of the ESR charger, it will start to charge, so you can use that base as a phone charger. It actually does work on the Anker 3-in-1 as well. It charges, but there is a little bit more of a gap because of a lip here on the Anker charger. If you look closely, you'll see there's a little ridge around the edge. So if you put a phone here, depending on the size of the phone, it's not going to sit perfectly flush on that charger. It'll start charging, but you might get slower charging even than regular Qi because of that gap. So while the other 3-in-1 chargers could charge a phone here on the base, the Belkin 3-in-1, if you put a phone there, it's not going to charge. The divot is too deep and it just won't register on a phone. So just keep that in mind if you might use this to also charge a second phone. Which, speaking of, I did a dedicated review on the newest Belkin. It actually has a pivoting Qi2 adapter here, and it's basically 90 degrees. So you have the largest range of motion on this Belkin 3-in-1. And one of my complaints of the last version of this charger is the Apple Watch would swivel when you put it on, and somehow they solved it. So when I put my Apple Watch on here, it does not swivel. You can turn it if you manually push it around, but when you first put it on that charger, it's not going anywhere, as opposed to the Anker, which you saw the Apple Watch just falls to one side or the other as soon as you put it on. With the Belkin 3-in-1, you can have your phone next to your Apple Watch. Neither is obscured, and you can adjust the angle on that iPhone. And of course, your AirPods can charge in that little space at the bottom. The only issue I have with this Belkin 3-in-1, I don't know why they did this. They built in the USB-C cable to the base, so you cannot remove the cable. And if something happens to this cable or it breaks, you can't just use any other USB-C cable you have lying around. Previous Belkin 3-in-1s were a barrel-style connector that went in the bottom, and I almost would have preferred they did that instead of a built-in cable. Just not a fan of this. All right, and before we rank them 1 to 4, here are the different footprints for the chargers. The HiRise 3 Deluxe is a very different shape than the other one, so you do have a longer footprint, but it's a lot more narrow. Belkin 3-in-1 Boost Charge Pro, smaller circle than the Anker. You basically have an even footprint around the circle. Here's an iPhone 15 Pro Max for scale. So you can see the HiRise 3 Deluxe much thinner, but it is basically the length of an iPhone 15 Pro Max. The Anker 3-in-1 has a significantly larger base than the Belkin 3-in-1. And remember, the Apple Watch is still obscured by the iPhone charger, and you have to put the sticker on it so the Apple Watch doesn't flip around. So larger base, but the smallest base does go to the ESR 3-in-1. Of course, you probably need to count that Apple Watch charger as part of the footprint because it definitely goes way past the back of the base, but the ESR has one of these smaller footprints of all these 3-in-1s. And these prices will go into the ranking, but the ESR Qi2 charger is $60. There's even a 5% coupon right now as record. That's the most affordable of these 4 different chargers. The 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe is $150, as is the Belkin 3-in-1. Both of those are $150. And the Anker MagSafe 3-in-1 is $100, in between both of those price points. So let's get to ranking these 4 3-in-1 chargers. Now, first off, tilting the phone and having the ability to change the angle of the phone while it's charging is not a huge priority for me. So if that's a big deal in your use case, then these might have to rank a little differently. Maybe I'll do a second ranking, but it's not as important to me. So that's not going to be a huge part of my ranking. What is important is that the Apple Watch doesn't just fall to one side or the other. That removable USB-C cable and a small-ish footprint is what's important to me. So as much as it pains me to say it, and I've really loved this style of charger ever since the iPhone 12, but the number 4 spot is the Belkin 3-in-1. I really do not like the built-in USB-C cable, and for the price at $150, I don't think it provides enough value over the other chargers that makes it worth it. I like the fact that the Apple Watch doesn't swivel back and forth when you put it on here, and you have a really wide range of motion, but like I just said, it's not as big a deal for me. I would probably take any of the other 3 chargers over this, especially when you consider price. So the Belkin 3-in-1 is number 4. The number 3 spot, I'm going to give it to the Anker 3-in-1. While it is less expensive at $100, having to put a weird sticker on the Apple Watch charger just so it doesn't flip around seems odd, especially when the Belkin has already solved this. The iPhone charger does not swivel, and it has a massive footprint. I do appreciate the fact that it has a removable USB-C cable. That's why I think it has an edge over that Belkin 3-in-1, and it's $50 less at $100. If it doesn't bother you that the Apple Watch is obscured when your phone is in standby mode here, this might be a good option for you, and you have the nightstand space for this very large circle. But for me, the Anker 3-in-1 is in 3rd place. So that brings us to the last 2, the 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe and the ESR 3-in-1. This ESR 3-in-1 is a great value. It's $60, even less with the coupon. You can charge all 3 devices, fast charges the Apple Watch, and 15 watts iPhone charging. But for me, and probably because I already have it, I'm giving first place to the 12 South HiRise 3 Deluxe. I just love the design of this charger. You can adjust the angle of your iPhone charging. The Apple Watch is not obscured when you have the iPhone and Apple Watch on it both at the same time. And even though it doesn't have a USB-C port, which may be because it's the thinness of the base that makes it have to have a barrel connector, I still appreciate that the cable detaches from the base and is not built in like the Belkin. So second place, the ESR 3-in-1 at $60. This is an excellent value if you're looking for a desk charger, maybe a secondary 3-in-1, or it doesn't bother you that the iPhone doesn't swivel and the Apple Watch is the weird detachable charger. This is a great one to go with. But if you want the nicest charging experience, nice feeling base, flexible, you can adjust the angle of the iPhone charger, I think the HiRise 3 Deluxe is the way to go. Like I said, links to all of these chargers are down in the description. If you have any questions about any of them, leave it down in the comments, or if I forgot something, or maybe you know of a 3-in-1 that I haven't covered, but you think is the best, leave that down in the comments as well. I'd love to review that in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lots more reviews coming soon. New iPads coming soon. I'm going to be reviewing those here on the channel as well. And if you want to see one of the dedicated reviews, like my HiRise 3 Deluxe review, I'll put that video right up here. And speaking of things you put in your home, like smart home, I'm going to put my smart home tour right over here. Check out all the 100 plus HomeKit devices I use across the house. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.